Okay, I have turned on the camera for this unedited video, and since quite a few of you seemed to like these behind the camera hand movements, I'll give you a little bit of that. I think I'm going to do a full video of this because I think it's kind of a fun concept. You can see the little purple flowers I have there waiting for us. So I'll do this a little bit and then come around to you. I will tell you that I'm doing a very bold, unedited video move. That Foxy is over here on the bed taking a little rest, so we'll see what kind of puppy sounds you might hear. And before we really settle down into this, because this is one of those rare opportunities for you to see some of the lower half of my body when I come over here to sit down, I wanted to show you my really cool new pants, which I got at the Renaissance Fair, which I will tell you about our adventure to the Renaissance Fair last weekend. But these are silk pants. They're like a split skirt. So it's this really, really, really extremely wide-legged pants. I'll show you the fabric because it's so pretty. I don't know if that will make much of a fabric sound, but you can see the cool pattern, and you can see how big they are. It's like a big wide skirt but split into pants, and they are really, really cozy in that summer cozy kind of way. They're very soft and very cool and airy, and I really like them, so I wanted you to get to see a little bit of them. And like I said, they have this really cool, very, very high elastic waist, so they were just kind of one size fits all, and they are very comfy and cozy, and I like them, so I'm going to kind of hike them up a little bit. They're so long that I could probably do some fabric sounds, ASMR with my pants, do some ASMR with my pants, for you. So, having said all of that, I will now officially greet you and say, hey there, welcome back. I will put my pants down for the moment. Put my pants down now, just lower this fabric for the moment. And so here we are, friends, doing a little bit of unedited ASMR. I just wanted to sit down with you all today. I've been feeling like I'm in maybe a tiny little bit of a slump, like a tiny little bit of a creative slump. Adjust my shirt there. That I don't know, I have so many ideas for videos. I have a list on my computer. It's like a 2-page list of ideas that you have given me, and there are lots of things that I've done that I could repeat again, but I just usually, when I am thinking about what I want to record next, the next thing just kind of naturally floats to the top and reveals itself to me, and I get excited about it, and it's obvious to me what I want to do next. And this week that just hasn't really been happening for me. I felt a little bit, just a little bit stuck. So I thought that some good old unedited ASMR might be the cure for that. And so I just went around my house, like I often do for videos when I'm looking for props, and I just chose what I think are some pretty things. I chose some pretty things, some cute things, maybe encouraging things that we could enjoy together. So, first off, I brought you these flowers. These are from our farm share. We got them almost a week ago, so they are starting to fade a little bit, but I just thought they were so pretty that I wanted to show them to you. These are called Canterbury Bells, are the name of them. Can't remember their actual technical name. Maybe I'll put that on the video or in the description for you. I can look it up. And what is so cool about them is that they're this beautiful purple color, right? And they smell, to me, they smell like grape. They smell like fake grape, but in a good way. They smell like grape bubblegum or grape Kool-Aid, but like in a pleasant way. And I just think it's so neat that they're purple and they smell like grape. So I wanted to show them to you, and they are in this vase, which I've probably shown in a video before, which I made in the pottery classes that I took a couple of years ago. And I really love this vase. I made it, it's a coil pot, so where you roll out a long snake of clay, a coil of clay. My pottery teacher actually has a clay, what is it called? An extruder, where you put the clay in and pull this big metal, like, lever down, and it mushes the clay through and makes a long twiny wind of clay, just like an old school Play-Doh toy, you know, like the Mop Top Hair Shop or something like that. It's very, very cool, so that you can have a nice even strand of clay, and then you just keep taking little sections of that and building them up on top of each other. You let it get wider, and then you let it get skinnier to make this shape, and then you use a tool to smooth it all together. In this case, I didn't want to see the lines of the clay. I have a mug I made where you can see the lines of the clay, so you can choose to do either with that. And smoothed it all out, and fired it, and glazed it this beautiful purple. And then I did this cool carving technique where you just carve away some of the glaze so that you get this negative space. And I just kind of did this by hand in a very, very sort of spontaneous way, and I love how it came out. So I love all through the season putting various bouquets from our garden and from the CSA into this vase, and I just wanted to share this with you because that's what I like to do. So I will put that down. I think if I put it down here, then you'll still be able to see it in the frame. And I'm feeling a little bit sniffly right now. Okay, friends, I just sneezed. I had to sneeze. And so I will probably actually edit that out. So, you know, we're very flexible here with the idea of unedited. We'll see, maybe if it's, you know, not too loud of a sneeze. But if there was an edit there, it's because I needed to sneeze and blow my nose a little bit. We're definitely in the season of lots of pollen, lots of things in the air. Let me show you what else I brought. This is something new that I have never shown in a video before. I thought it would make a good tapping sound. I actually decided to be bold and not wear my headphones for this. So, we'll see. Foxy's moving about and going to the window. She's probably finding a bunny to obsess over. Friends, we have had so many rabbits in our yard this year, and they are the most frisky, playful rabbits I have ever seen. They run back and forth in the yard, like the whole length of the yard, chasing each other. They run up and down our driveway. we saw two of them playing. Okay, so like here was a bunny, right? Here was one bunny, and the other bunny was over here, and this bunny would come running as fast as they could, and when this bunny got right to this bunny, this one would popcorn would like jump up straight in the air, and this one would go underneath and the bunny would land. So they'd be like whoop. And it was so cute. So they were doing some bunny acrobatics, and it's very entertaining for Foxy. She sits at the window and watches them. There must not have been one because she has now gone over and curled back up in the bed. This compact belonged to my grandmother, my dad's mom. My aunt, when we were home in May, gave me another jewelry box. She's given me ones before. I think this might be the last one that she had, but a jewelry box of my grandmother's, which had some of her things in it, so that was really special. And there were a lot of clip-on earrings in it. So the last time my niece was over, my little 5-year-old niece, I let her look through it, and I let her pick a pair of the clip-on earrings to add to her treasure, because she has a little bag of treasure that she has of rocks and stones and shiny things that she has collected. And I thought she'd like having some of those fancy earrings in with her treasure, so she picked a pair of them. That was really sweet. And another thing that was in here, that was in there, was just this little compact. So it had makeup in it at one point, and because my grandmother was the frugal person that she was, I guess she cleaned it out and kept it as a compact. I'm not going to put the mirror up because my room over there, the other side of the room, is messy, and I don't want you to have to see my messy room in the window, in the mirror. But I just thought this was really pretty. I like the orange color. I like the sunflower or daisy shape that it has on it. And I think I will start carrying it in my purse just to have a mirror. That's something I don't usually have with me, but I think it would be fun to carry something that was my grandma's. So I just thought this was pretty. And I wanted you to get to see it. So let's see what else. So as I shared, we went to the Renaissance Fair this past weekend. We had gone to one in the beginning of September or the end of August. I think it was September. At the end of last summer, late summer, early fall, we went and I did a whole video from that. That was our first time ever going, and it was so much fun. It was so much fun. And so this is another Ren Fair put on in a different location at a different time in the year, but by the same group or company or troupe or whatever you would call it that put on the other one. So we went with our friends Amanda and Michael Paul. Shout out to the two of you if you happen to be watching. They are supporters of the channel. I'm very grateful for that. And this time we took Foxy with us because it is a dog-friendly event. So we took Foxy, and she did so great. She did great with all the other dogs. She did great with meeting people and being in kind of a crowd. That was one of the busier places we've ever taken her. And she just gets 1,000,000 gold stars. She did such a good job. She totally enchanted a bunch of the vendors, and whenever we'd stop to look at something or do some shopping, she would like lay down and just be super cute and get pets, and a bunch of people gave her biscuits, and she had a great day. So that was really fun. And I wore the corset that I got last time with a cool kind of like peasant blouse top under it that I got, and it was and I have a kind of a rainbow colored, multicolored flowered wraparound skirt that I wore with it, and it was a really cool outfit. I really, really liked it. So I am planning to do a painting your face at the Ren Fair video to be part of my face painting series, and I will wear that outfit so you can see what it looked like, because it was really pretty and it was really fun. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to try to record that within the next week or so. And something cool that we made at the Ren Fair I wanted to show you is this cool hairpin. It's a hairpin that you can put, I guess it might, well, I don't really want to mess up. Well, you know what, I'll show it to you first, and then maybe I'll try putting it in my hair. Because I think I can do it without looking in the mirror. But there was a cool booth where they had a bunch of different crafts that you could choose from, and you could make a craft. So Amanda and I decided to do it, and we each made one of these cool hairpins. So they had these spools of wire, you know, this is a coated wire, flexible wire, and they gave you instructions on, you just like unrolled a big piece of the wire and started by making these little loops in the center, just folding them, just doing it with your hands, making a loop and then folding them over top of one another, and then making the heart, and then twisting it, and then having these two pieces and cutting them off. And then we used pliers to clamp and crimp these wires, and then we used a file to smooth out the edge, and then put the whole thing on a little, I don't know, it's kind of like a little rubbery pad, and then pounded it with a rubber mallet to flatten it out and help it keep its shape and be secure and solid. And I just think it came out so well. This is actually the one that my friend Amanda made. I made one as well, exactly like it, you know, slightly different since they were handmade. And we decided to swap them with each other so that it was like we'd made a little gift for each other. And the bottom pieces on mine came out a little longer, and she was thinking she was going to use hers to put in a plant, like as a plant decoration. And so we thought the longer ones on that might be better for her to do that, and this shorter one might be better for me to actually wear in my hair. So I will show that up close to you. Oh, I can look through, you can look through the little parts of the heart. And I just thought that was a really cool craft. So, okay, let me see if I can. Okay, so I have no idea how that looks, but we'll put it in there and we'll just see what happens. Oh, and I realized I forgot to do a thumbnail. So maybe I'll just leave this in here for the thumbnail for something fun, and I'll hold up the flowers, and I'll hold up this compact and do a little picture there. Okay, cool. I'll put that back down. Okay, so I showed you the hairpin. What else did I bring? Oh, you know what? Let's do this. I brought along the Green Witch Oracle deck. The last video I did, I drew us a card from the Rest deck, and so I just pulled this off the shelf and thought it would be fun to draw a plant card for us from the Green Witch Oracle deck by Cherilyn Darcy. And I just love this deck because I really love the artwork, and I love the depictions of the plants. And it's just kind of simple, you know, like you get a plant and a theme word, and you can take the meaning as you will for yourself. So let's do this for each other. I'm going to pull these out. Oh, I always like to do bottom of the deck. The Daffodil of Hope is the bottom of the deck from wherever I left it last time. So that's a nice sentiment. The daffodil of hope. Hold it there so you can actually see it. And then I will shuffle a bit and choose one for us. Shuffle. This is really nice to be hanging out with you, friend. It really is. This is very calming for my nervous system. I've been definitely, I feel like I say this in every video, but I want to be honest with you all. I've been going through a lot of emotional ups and downs lately. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know if it's just the stage of life that I am in or the cumulative effects of some stressors I've had over the last 6 months or so, and now that things are kind of calmed down, some of the stuff I was feeling is coming up. That happens for me sometimes when I'm in a time of stress or crisis or a time where I'm really having to tend to a lot of things. I can do really well during that time, and then once things actually resolve and get better, then that's when some of the stress comes back up in me. And for those of you who are kind and thoughtful and have cared about what's going on with my family, my mom is doing really, really well after the surgery that she had. It's been a little over a month ago, and she has recovered beautifully from that and is doing really well, and the procedure seems to be having the effect that it was intended to have. And so I feel very, very grateful and just so happy and relieved that she is doing well. And so you would think that, because that is now kind of is coming to a place of resolution, or at least it seems that way for now, you would think that then I would just be like, but somehow it's like maybe other things that I was not processing during that time come up. I don't know. I'm not feeling particularly stressed about that situation. I feel confident and good about that situation, but it's like other things that were under the radar in my stress levels and with my pain body and my inner critic and my voices and all that kind of stuff, things start to come back up. So just to say that if you're going through anything similar, if you're having some ups and downs, and I mean, the reality is we all have ups and downs, right? I mean, please tell me I'm not the only one. I don't think I'm the only one. Wherever you are right now, whether you're on an up or a down, or if you're twirling all around, wherever you are right now, just know that I'm thinking about you, and I'm here for you, and I get it. And that's why I just wanted to have this little bit of time together with you to hang out. And I feel like all of my videos lately are turning into like pep talk, encouraging words type videos, and me just kind of sitting down and talking about what's on my heart. And you all don't seem to mind that, so I really appreciate that. I feel like I haven't done as many, I've done some here and there, but I haven't done as many like role plays or thematic videos, or videos with a certain, more kind of scripted, formalized type videos, or even just things with a certain theme. I've just kind of been very random and chatty lately, and so thank you for not minding me being random and chatty. Okay, so having said all that, let's see. This has been a good shuffle. What I pull for us? I pulled, the broccoli of leadership. The broccoli of leadership. Now that is really interesting. Because I think last month, pretty much once a month, or as we remember to do it, Justin and I draw a couple cards for ourselves to put on the mantle. We have a goddess deck that we pull a card from every month or so to have a theme, which is fun. I don't think I've ever showed that deck on here. I'll have to do that sometime. And then we always draw something from the plant deck, and I think time before last we drew the broccoli of leadership, and we kind of laughed about that. We were like, the broccoli of leadership. But what we decided that we thought it represented for us was Justin, because Justin's been going through some changes and transitions with his job. Actually, a lot of things have been shifting, all good things ultimately for him, but he's been very, very busy with work. He's been working long days and then, just really needing to chill out in the evenings, which which is why he has not filmed a video with me lately, but we hope to do that again soon. We hope to fit that into his schedule because he does enjoy doing it. He said to me actually this morning that he misses doing it and he hopes that, he can do that again soon. So just know that Justin hasn't forgotten about all of you. He will be back. He will be back. And we felt like for him, he's been exhibiting some strong leadership skills at work. He's been taking on some new responsibilities and taking on more of a leadership role on projects and things like that than he has before. And so we felt like that was a good sign. So I will give this to you to do with what you will. If there's something in your life where you feel that you're taking on a leadership role, or perhaps you're seeking leadership for something that you're working on, or maybe it would be good to eat some broccoli. Maybe you should roast some broccoli and have some broccoli because it's so tasty and delicious. Number six in this deck, the broccoli of leadership. Since I have it out, let's do one more. From the broccoli. Well, we'll add one to the broccoli of leadership. We'll do a clarifying card, as they say, to give us more info on what we should glean from the broccoli of leadership. Let's see. I do love shuffling. That's good. Shuffling is a good trigger. Foxy's being so good. She's just totally conked out in the bed. Maybe when I'm finished with this, I will film a little short of her if she's, still doing that so that you all can see how cute she is. I've been working through, friends, if you watch my shorts, if you pay any attention to those, I've been working through this backlog of shorts that I took over the last, couple of months, which for whatever reason I guess because we were traveling and doing things that I didn't post them. So I've been posting some garden shorts that are from a while ago, but I'm getting caught up and we'll get back to real time for shorts. Okay, what else do we need to hear today? What else would help us today? Ooh, interesting. The chives of divination, number 14, the chives of divination. Well, I have been harvesting chives. I think I might have told you this. I made some chive blossom vinegar, where you harvest the blossoms and soak them in white vinegar, and then you get this beautiful pink vinegar that you can use in salad dressings and recipes and such. And so, thinking about the theme of divination here, whenever I think about divination, I think about intuition, and I think about you trusting your own judgment. Divination can be interpreted as looking for answers from some, source that you're using for divination, from some object or from the cards or for something like that. But for me, divination is always about intuition, because whenever I do any kind of divination, whether it's with cards or when I use a pendulum, which I do sometimes, any kind of divination work to me is not really about getting an answer from outside of ourselves. It's about getting clues and information and cues about what's really going on internally, what's really going on in our hearts. What is it that we really want? What is it that we really need? What are we really seeking? What is the answer that we're going to find? So in drawing the chives of divination and the broccoli of leadership, I would say trust your intuition about moving into some sort of position of leadership or creativity or starting a new project or doing something new, feeling confident in what you're doing, and trust your intuition as you do that. So there are 2 cards for today, the broccoli and the chives, and that would also make a delicious combination in a stir fry or a salad or anything like that. So, okay, we'll put the cards away. Let me see, is there anything else I wanted to tell you about the Ren Fair? I did some axe throwing, which was fun. One of our friends we were with did some archery, and so I decided to try throwing. They were more like hatchets. They weren't full-length axes. They were like these little hatchets, that you toss at a wooden board, and I didn't get any of them to stick in the wood, but I did actually hit the target a few times. So that was good. And we packed our lunch to take, just, to save a little bit of money and to kind of simplify that part of the day. So we packed sandwiches and I baked scones and we took snacks and things like that. But we did also get giant pickles from the pickle vendor. There's a couple of people that sell pickles out of giant barrels, and they're really big. I mean, they're like this big, like a big cucumber pickle. And so I had one of those pickles, and it was very tasty. And I thought the best thing about it was that it was very hydrating, because it was a warm day and we were trying to, drink a lot of water, and we had our sunscreen and everything. We were trying to, stay well and healthy in the heat. It wasn't super, super hot, but that pickle, to me, it was like a super source of electrolytes, because it was salty and it was very juicy. And so I felt very nourished and hydrated by my giant pickle that I ate, which was fun. All right, what else did I bring? Oh, I brought this is something I bought a while ago and just found it again. It's a little pouch that I bought at a little local craft store with a lot of local handmade items. And it's a little cloth pouch to like carry snacks in. So like it could replace a Ziploc bag, for certain kinds of snacks. So there's Velcro. Oh, yeah, Foxy heard that velcro sound and perked up for a minute. It might be kind of loud. So there's Velcro, and then the inside of it is a kind of somewhat waterproof material so that you could wipe it out and wash it. And so you could put crackers or snack mix or, some kind of, whatever you wanted snack in here to carry it with you. And I just thought these little unicorn cats and rainbows were very cute, and this was not very expensive at all. And I bought it quite a while ago, and I realized that I had just kind of stuck it somewhere with some other things and hadn't actually used it. So I found it the other day. Would have been good for the Ren Fair, actually. I found it, and I'm going to start using it, because I am a person that always has snacks with me, because I do not want to get caught with low blood sugar. Because boy, for me, that is the number one way to get cranky. As I always say, I don't really get hangry so much. People always say they get hangry. I get anxious. When I am hungry, I get extra stressed and nervous about things, and things that should not be a big deal suddenly become a very big deal to me when I am hungry. So, don't want to be anxious. So, got the little kitty here, a little kitty with a unicorn tail and a unicorn horn, and these lovely rainbows. I'm sure this is probably intended for like a child's lunchbox, but it's going to be for my inner child. It's going to be for my inner child to enjoy, for sure. Something that I just really like to enjoy cute, childlike things. That's one of the things I do for myself as an act of self-love, is to allow myself cute, pretty, childlike things that appeal to me. So I like this. Might have to keep this as a trigger for a little while. See, that's my problem. Whenever I buy something that's cute, I often end up using it as a trigger rather than using it for its intended purpose. But that's okay. That is okay. That is okay. So anytime you want to write anything in the comments and tell me what's going on with you, I'm always happy to listen. I'm always happy to hear from you. And if you're the non-commenting type, which I completely understand, just know that I'm sending out good energy to you. I'm sending out love and encouragement, and I know that as I send love and encouragement to you, that spirals out from you to others, to everyone in this community, back to me. And I'm just really trying to lead with love lately, friends. And really, a lot of that, for me, means self-love. I've been trying to lead with love for myself. And when I do have these times of frustration and stress and being hard on myself that come up, I really, really try to tap into love. How can I embody love in my physical feelings? How can I cultivate a feeling of love, focusing on my heart space? How can I really bring love into my experience? How can I speak to myself in a way that is loving? And then once I'm loving on myself, it's just natural to want to love on others, And sometimes that comes first. Sometimes the loving on others helps us to be able to love ourselves better. So it's all a big, beautiful cycle of love. But when I sometimes don't know what to do next as far as a video, as far as being creative for you, that's also a guiding force for me as well. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but I will lead with love. So I will come and sit down here with you and lead with love and compassion and care for you. So, my little unicorn kitties are sending you love as well. Okay, let's see, how's my hairpin doing, friends? Does it look nice? Does it look weird? I can't believe I'm doing this and just having no idea how it even looks, but it looks good. Does it look good opposite the ponytail? Or, you know what, I'm going to mess with it. Not going to mess with it. I was going to maybe put it on the same side as the ponytail. But, okay, let's see. I brought one more thing, which we can kind of wrap up with. This is a journal that also has kitties on it. I love my kitties. This actually has things that I love all over it. Kitties with plants and books and cozy pillows. And the kitties are wearing glasses. It's very, very cute. Very, very cute. So when I was looking around for cute things to show you, this stood out to me. I think I've showed this to you maybe in a video before. I was like, did I bring anything that I can point or trace with? I guess I didn't, so I'll just do this for you. There's a kitty on some cushions, kitty on some cushions, kitty on some cushions, kitty up here. By a pile of cookies, some books, there's a book there, and there's a plant there. And then I've been trying to remember to do more unintelligible and audible whispering in the mix of my videos because I know you all like it. So remember to just do that. And so I like it. Trees, little trees. There. There's three. One, two, three little plants. And the kitty up there. And this plant over here. And I like this yellow. Kind of like a checkered pillow. And the kitties with there, are they all pink? Pink. Yeah, they're really pink. All pink and gold. Pink and gold glasses. And oh, did you hear that was Foxy? That was Foxy doing a little she's had a big couple of weeks. Not only did we take her to the Ren Fair, we took her to a graduation party for one of our neighbors that was at a park, and there were quite a few people there, and she did really well with that. And then she went, we took her over to another one of our neighbors' houses last week so she could play with her best friend who lives down the road, another dog named Cooper, who is about her age, just about her age and her size. And they're a perfect match as far as playmates. So we try to take her over to their house every couple of weeks, if not more, so that they can have a play date, because that's really fun. So she's growing up. She did turn 2 a couple of weeks ago, so she's, she still has a lot of puppy energy in her. Like, I got frustrated with her the other day because I have a large pot with sunflowers in it, growing on the porch, sunflower seeds that I had planted, and now they've, grown into nice sproutlings, and Foxy was eating them. She was pulling them out of the pot and eating them. So I was a little sad at the loss of my sunflowers. I'll plant some more seeds. We'll give it another go. But it's just so funny because she never eats shoes. She never chews on stuff like that. I'm like, Foxy, don't chew on my plants. Like, that's getting to my soul, Those are my most important possessions, such as they are, my plants. But, so, she's still in puppy mode sometimes. But she is also growing up into a fine hound, and we're very proud of her. So, and those are just the things of life that you have to have patience about sometimes. Okay, well, we've been going on pretty well here for a good little while, and so I think I will wrap this up now. So thank you for watching, thank you for listening, thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for always just allowing me to be myself, I just come plop down here and do my thing, and it's kind of astounding to me that you would choose to spend your time with me and allow me into your life and give some of your valuable time, the resources of your time and energy towards what I have created. And I really, really hope, it is always my hope, that what I have created gives something to you, whatever that might be, some comfort, some companionship, some distraction, some space and a little time away from your work or your responsibilities, or something to be going on in the background while you're tending to your work and your responsibilities. It always makes me so happy when I hear people who comment to say that, they listen to my videos in the background while they're working, or they're listening to my videos, while they're doing housework or caring for their family, going about the day-to-day things of life. And gosh, does that make me feel, I don't even know what that makes me feel. It feels miraculous to think that I could be part of people's lives and be part of your routines. That's gonna make me emotional. To think that I really can be a companion to you at times when you might need that is really special. And because I've been going through, maybe it's just part of midlife, but I've been going through a lot of feelings of, what is my purpose in life, and, what's the meaning of what I'm doing, and that sort of thing. And this channel is a place where, my pain body and my critic voices don't always want to let me hear that. They don't want me to believe the truth, and the truth is that this is a pretty cool thing we've got going on here, and that I am contributing something to this community of people, and that I am helping to bring some love into the world. And I hope that you can feel that. I hope you can feel the intention of my heart. And I'm really grateful to you for everything that you give to me. And it's just a pretty cool balance and a pretty cool reciprocity of connection, And I think that's what makes ASMR really special. So thank you. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being here. Maybe I'll pick up my flowers again to finish off. And thank you for just taking on the challenge, of being a human every day in this world. There's so much joy, there's so much challenge, there's so much, pain that has to be felt sometimes as part of being human. That's inevitable, that we will have hurt and grief and times of frustration and sadness, and there's just also so much to enjoy. There's so much to appreciate. There's so much beauty. There's so much light. People are amazing. Nature is amazing. We all have a lot that we can hold on to and can use as a centering and a grounding in our life. And so from my heart to yours, I am wishing you well. I hope you enjoy the weather, whatever it might be doing where you are. It's been kind of a wild weather year. I'm taking it day by day. And I'm just glad that we can have these times together. So take good care of yourself. I don't know if this is even making a sound. I do it with my ring. Rest well. Smell some flowers if you can. And I will see you again soon. Okay, so I'm going to put down my flowers. Put down my flowers. And stand back up again. I do have to be careful with these pants because they're like, if they were any longer, they'd be too long for me. So I do have to kind of hitch them up like a skirt when I stand up or when I'm going up and down the steps so I don't fall over myself. And oh, now my nose is running again. I'll come over here and wipe my nose off camera. Give you one more little ruffle from my fun giganormous pants. Come around here to the side. Thanks, friends. Ooh, that was a nice long one. Excellent.